'Cause I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. Across the deserts bare, man. I've breathed the mountain air, man. I've travelled, I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere. Been to Chalmers, Seymour,
Dalby,
Lullaby, Nambour, Roochtor, Kilmore, Rillaby,
Dalby,
Lemmerville, Wallerville, Connemara, Connemara, Strathround, Prospine, Alladala,
Dalby,
Darwin, Gingin, Lilliquin, Muckilla,
Dalby,
Burgerville, Cumberland, I'm a killer. I've been everywhere, man.
yeah, we've been everywhere, but we haven't made to Dalby yet on this segment, but we are about to remedy that. I mentioned earlier that we have a thing called 10 Amazing as part of my new platform, and one of those 10 Amazing radio stations, and in fact the one that is highlighted on all our socials today, is 4DDD. They are in a town called Dalby, and we have found Bruce Chalmers. G'day, Bruce.
Good morning. How is things in Geelong? Because we've got a sunny day up here. I don't know what you're doing.
More clouds, skiffy showers, 18 degrees, boring.
And where we sit, if we stand on tippy toe and look to the west, we can see approximately 1 square centimetre of daylight.
Oh, that's different for Melbourne, really.
Luxury.
Been to Geelong.
We've got a couple of 20s coming up this week, Bruce, so we're very, very excited. Spring is just on the turn. We'll soon be hitting 30, and we'll be thinking, oh God, it's hot. So you know what it's like. Neil calls it the Goldilocks moment. Is when is it ever perfect? It seems to last for just a few seconds, and then we're whinging again.
Wonderful.
Tell us about Dalby. Where is it?
Well, I have to just pick up Digger Ravel, which I think it was Digger.
No, it was Lucky Star.
Lucky Star, I beg your pardon. Yeah, he calls it Dalby instead of Dalby.
Yeah.
I got a lecture on that before we started. Do not, under any circumstance, say Dalby, Robert, or Bruce will kill you.
So Dalby is actually on the Darling Downs in Queensland. We're around 80 kilometres northwest of Toowoomba and about 80 kilometres east of Chinchilla. So hopefully listeners in Geelong might have heard of Toowoomba, because right now they've got the Carnival of Flowers on. And out at Chinchilla they have the Watermelon Festival every couple of years. A little bit further to the northwest of them is a town called Miles, which has a festival on this weekend as well.
I have actually been to Dalby. I used to work for a company that had an outlet in your town, and I've been to Dalby and have been to Chinchillas and Miles. There was a campaign at one stage to rename that town, of course, to 1.6 kilometres, but it never really got off the ground.
No, it just didn't get anywhere.
So what do the good folks around Dalby do? When I hear Darling Downs, you think immediately good food.
Yes. Well, what the Darling Downs, but particularly around this area, and of course our local economy is really very much based on agriculture. So you've got beef, grain, cotton, which are the main agricultural products. But in the last 20 years or so, we have also become one of the new energy areas. So we've got a lot of gas, and that's the coal seam gas, which is all being exported overseas, but that's made a big difference to our local economy. And of course, back in 1963, the first oil in Australia came out of Moonee, and that was shipped off to Brisbane to be... Moonee's only about 100 kilometres to the south of us.
I was going to say you weren't very far from the oil if you've got coal seam gas as well.
And that's what's come. So coal seam gas is a larger part of our economy now as well. But it's still basically agriculture, and you even get new steak being grown just up the road, and it's beautiful.
Now, tell me, what's the rough population of Dalby?
Well, Dalby has a population of about 13,000 at the last census, but our drainage area probably around about 30,000, because some of the larger institutions have set up shop here, and they catch that drainage area all the way from Roma or even Charleville in the west. So they stop here and do their shopping at the larger places rather than go to Toowoomba. So we're very handy. So we've got a big drainage population as well, but the town population is 13,000.
Bruce, at the risk of being a little controversial, how do the farmers and the coal seam gases get on?
Oh, look, generally, pretty well. I did work for a little while for one of the coal seam gas people, and then I went back to my previous occupation. But, no, look, generally pretty well. There is a little bit of flack to the east of us at Cecil Plains. But generally speaking, it has been a pretty good relationship.
Now, I do have to ask, is there a little bit of flack out there or a little bit of frack? I thought that was quite clever, Rob.
A bit of both. That was very good.
Thank you very much.
All I can say, Bruce, is I've only got 5.5 minutes left, and I can leave the studio and the dad jokes will finish.
So we are highlighting also, by complete fluke, that it happened to be today that 4DDD is one of our 10 amazing community radio stations on that platform. Give us a bit of an overview of what 4DDD is all about.
Well, 4DDD has been in operation since the early 90s, so it's just over 30 years, and we are very much a community station. A lot of other stations have a focus on this or that, classical music or perhaps one of the religions or something along that line. We are very broadly a community radio station, so we invite people. We have a number of handicapped people who are actually doing the broadcasting. They're actually announcers. So that's all part of that community involvement. We have a very broad range of music, everything from classical to jazz and blues. And then there's a little bit of middle-of-the-road stuff as well. So it's trying to, mind you, we have to stick away under licence conditions, as you would understand, from what the mainstream radio stations do in the area. But we offer a very broad range of local information. We have very great support from the Western Downs Regional Council. Without them, we just wouldn't be here. So we're happy to return that favour in floods and fires, and we make ourselves available for them to broadcast the emergency information out. But it's a general radio station, but with a particular focus on making sure that there is access for people who wouldn't normally get access to radio. So we do a pretty good job with that, I think.
Sounds like it. Sounds like you might have been doing a little bit of work into the microphone yourself over the journey.
Well, I was many years ago a wireless pronouncer in commercial radio.
Yes.
But then when I moved to Dalby, I was actually working for the ambulance. I was an ambulance bearer, and the opportunity came up with the station to be starting, and they said, "Oh, you're an old wireless pronouncer from commercial radio. How about you come and help us?" And so, yes, I get them an old wireless pronouncer.
Yes, well,
I have a program called On the Wireless. That's how old I am.
Wow. Well, Rob would appreciate that because he's older than anybody. We had a song by the band 1927, and he's the only announcer on this station that can remember that year. How very fine to make your acquaintance, Bruce, and thank you for telling us about 4DDD. If people are driving through the region, what frequency can they hear you on?
89.9 FM, or they can get us on the Community Radio Plus app, or go to their computer and find radio4DDD.com.au and listen to us there. But the Community Radio Plus app has been a wonderful boon for all of us, and we can listen to community radio right across Australia. Wherever we come from, we can take our local radio station with us, and we think that's a just absolutely fabulous thing. And now we know that you exist in Geelong, well, we'll be able to tune into you and listen to you occasionally as well.
Well, there's a little bit of that, isn't there? If there's something comes up that's not quite your scene, jump on the Community Radio Plus app and see what's going on, maybe at 4DDD, because they're an amazing regional community radio station. Bruce, thanks for your time this morning. All the best to the good folks at Dalby, and next time I'm sailing through, I'll come in and say good day.
Perfect. Love to see you.
Thanks, Bruce.
And, hopefully we'll hear from you again.
No worries at all. There he is, Bruce Chalmers, up there in the beautiful town of Dalby